Thank you. I know.
All right, 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Cut!
On behalf of the City of Palm Springs, this certificate of recognition is presented to Boo2Bullying Boutique Gallery in appreciation of your support and investment in our community and its residents. Congratulations and the best wishes on your continued success. Signed by full.
Hey everybody, Nicholas Snow here with PromoHomoTV, and I'm live at the grand opening of the Boo2Bullying Boutique here on South Palm Canyon Drive. It's actually located at 1775 South Palm Canyon Drive in Suite 320, and it's at the west end of the shopping center. That's to your right if you're facing it, and it's in an interior storefront section, and it's the lovely boutique, and we're going to go in right now and check it out.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Awesome, thanks guys.
Thank you, everyone.
So Dimitri, can we go inside and I'll interview you? Is this people donate things here and then they're resold? So
Yes, it's like a thrift store.
I am at the grand opening of the new Boo2Bullying Boutique, which benefits the anti-bullying organization of the same name. So Dimitri, congratulations.
Thank you, Nicholas.
So tell me about the origins of Boo2Bullying.
Well, Boo2Bullying was founded in 2011. Actually, here in Palm Springs, we started our pilot programs. And for 7 years, we have grown so much. Last year, we educated about 11,000 kids in the Coachella Valley. Hope to double it for 2019 and 2020. But we're here to teach diversity and educate families and kids about being different and also intolerance and eradicate bullying.
Did you have bullying experiences as a child?
I surely have, and it's funny you say that. I think we self-bully ourselves. It's a big issue, and this year we're really going to be speaking about that to stop self-bullying. I think everybody does it, and of course, through my years, I've had, they were hidden underneath, but as the organization evolved and me sharing stories to kids, actually more and more of my truth and transparency came out.
About your own path being bullied.
And I actually buried that a lot because there's one thing of having, like a perfect Instagram account and everything is perfect, but life isn't like that. And the kids in sharing have taught me tremendous transparency and bringing all that up, because if they're sharing at that age, it's only fair for me to open up the dialogue and be transparent. It's gotten to an epidemic, and it's a mental health issue as well as a crisis, because you have kids as young as 5 to 6 years old committing suicide with a touch of a button of saying, Google, how do I commit suicide? And then it gives you a list of how to commit suicide. It's really crazy. We live in a world like that where information is available at the snap of a finger.
So instead we should have them Google, how do I find emotional support if I'm being bullied?
Yeah.
And then they'll find your organization, which is
BOO,
the number 2, the word bullying.org.
Yeah. Hi, everyone.
I wanted to say thank you for this. I actually have that anti-bully task force up in Yucca Valley.
Oh, cool. Do
And
you
I've
work
been
with
following
Diane?
you. I do, yes.
Yeah, we've been wanting to do something, but we've
Yes.
been busy with our programs. But I
So
definitely.
and I saw that you guys were doing the ribbon
Thank
cutting,
you.
and I was like,
Oh,
I
I'm
need
so
to
glad you came.
Tell me
too.
about your
They-
organization real quick.
Could I say
So-
Can I say something before
Yes.
meeting her? We used to go up to 29 Palms and Desert Hot Springs, and things have been cut from the library. And this lovely mom and another woman, Diane, I know of the bullying task force, and it's amazing because the kids need a platform, and Bullying Crisis is giving them a platform task force up in the upper valley for us.
And what is your name?
My name is Ashley Gallinetti.
How did the task force come about?
So my son actually is a victim of bullying, and he almost committed suicide himself because of what he went through. And so I decided that I was going to quit work and start doing anti-bullying in the high desert where my family lives. And I've been dedicated to that ever since.
You must have been in emotional turmoil when you heard that your own child almost killed himself.
Absolutely. It's the worst fear any parent could ever face.
And what would you say to parents out there that may not be as attentive to their own kids and what they're facing in schools?
The only thing I can say is learn who they're friends with, learn what they're doing throughout their days, because there are signs everywhere. And luckily for me, I recognized the signs for my son, and I was able to get him the help he needed before he took that step that he wouldn't have been able to come back from.
And if people wanted to reach out and support your work in the Yucca Valley, how would they do that?
They can find me on Facebook at the Anti-Bully Task Force. I'm the founder of that.
So they just search Anti-Bullying Task Force Yucca Valley?
Yes.
Well, fantastic. Listen, thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you. Oh, I love what they're doing here for Boo2Bullying, and I'm just happy to be a part of this whole experience.
Well, you know, not only does it take a village, it takes multiple villages.
It does, and I say that all the time. I'm actually one of the cosmetology schools in Yucca Valley. They are partnering with me to help their students as well, because they're victims of bullying and sexual assault, domestic violence, the whole 9 yards, and we're trying to end all of that. So,
Well, thank you
it's
very much.
fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What kind of people have come together to support your organization?
We have socialites, we have mayors, we have
And
families and
I
moms.
see socialites and mayors here today, actually. One mayor and several socialites.
I'm actually blessed that we've touched the community on such a growth. It means a lot to us because we do it for the work and for the kids, and to see the people come out, it's really wonderful.
Laurie Weitz, it's fantastic to see you. I haven't seen you in person in so long, and so it's fantastic. I have to say, I'm not surprised to find you shopping.
I know, true.
And I'm also not surprised to find you giving of your time and talent and resources for a cause, because that really is who you are.
It is.
So what brings you
Thank
here
you.
specifically today?
Well, originally, Dimitri, I would follow him anywhere. When he had a gallery, I was lucky enough to curate many shows for him. And then when he started Boo2Bullying, I saw a whole nother dimension to this man. And I think that, you know, it came at a time that it was becoming more and more media aware. And there was more to talk about, and Dimitri really, I think he was, you know, he'd share his personal story, but he was bullied. We all know, you know, we've all been in a schoolyard, so it's hard to escape it. But what he did with this in a very short time is miraculous, really miraculous. He's got a strong presence in Los Angeles, a strong presence here in Palm Springs, and opens his doors nationally. So he's just done an amazing job. I'm so proud to call him my friend.
You know, I think in this community, we're proud of all the friends that we have. It's just such an amazing place.
It is the most amazing. I've never in my life experienced a given area or a community that is as giving. And it's not just money, it's time, it's resources, it's ideas. It is just such our village is really, I think, the most special place on the earth. I really do.
You know, I'm really emotional right now, not only just because it's always moving when all this love and support comes out in the community, but driving here today, I just remembered the years and years of trauma I had being bullied. and you just never get over it.
It breaks my heart to even hear that of you. And somehow it's the nicest people, it seems, that really had it the roughest. I remember, sticking up for friends of mine and making choices of, I don't like that group because they're a bunch of bullies. I mean, we didn't really have a name for it per se then, but that's what it is. And I'm so, the awareness, that's where it always starts. Every cause is awareness. Once we get educated on what is right and wrong sometimes and how to deal with it, then things change, and people get behind it. But, like I say, I'm hard pressed to meet anyone that wasn't bullied in some way or another. Sometimes it's from your own family, so this is important. This is really important.
Well, I don't believe in being a victim, so one of the reasons that I fight so hard as an adult for equality is that I'm using my childhood experiences to fuel the power of my life force and the way that I express it as an adult.
Yes, and you are a role model for that reason. As you know, I watched you from afar for many years and just was wowed by your strength and courage and honesty. And so proud to call you my friend as well.
Well, I better stop so I don't cry.
Me too.
But thank you. I'm going to stop there. What inspired you to get involved with Boo2Bullying?
My daughter, my oldest daughter, who is now 19, was bullied in junior high school. So she came out as a gay teen and really had a hard time. She really struggled and was pushed into trash cans and bullied by other students, and it was really a difficult time for us as a family, and really hard to watch her struggle and go through that. The end result really was us pulling her out of public school and homeschooling her, but that's really what inspired me to become a part of something greater, something bigger, and really get involved to try to help other families and other children and parents in that situation.
I've been talking about how as a kid I was traumatized for years and bullied as a young gay boy who didn't even know he was gay. And you would think that in this day and age, and at the time your daughter was younger, that we wouldn't be dealing with these issues, but they seem to be worse than ever and multiplied exponentially by social media.
It really is, and I question that all the time. In this time period, how are we still dealing with these issues? How are we not moving forward as a society, or being more accepting, or being more kind and loving? And the answer is, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a lack of education or lack of understanding or just ignorance. But we need to find a way to come together to be more accepting of each other and of just people that are different than us in a lot of different ways. Not just gay or straight, but in every way.
Just out of curiosity, what city or town were you living in where you had this problem with your daughter in school?
Palm Springs.
That's just shocking.
It really is, especially in a town like this. And so you don't expect Palm Springs to, because of the diversity in Palm Springs, you don't expect a reaction like that from students or from administrators or from anyone, really.
It's basically hard in this community, thank goodness, for homophobes to be overt with their homophobia. So it's underground in our community because there's overwhelming support for the LGBT community. And, but, kids have no shame, I guess. So
They really don't. And I really feel like Boo2Bullying and the education programs that they do and going into the schools and educating the teachers, the students, the parents, and really opening up the conversation is critical. And at the time that my daughter was in elementary school, junior high school, they didn't have those sorts of programs. They didn't talk about it. And I feel like now that they're talking about it, it's really opening up, the world to discussing it. And it's important. It's really important that we have that. I know that the schools get funding for bullying education and that, and they did at that time. but they didn't take advantage of the programs and services that they could have utilized to educate their students.
What has been most rewarding to you in participating with Boo2Bullying?
Hearing other stories, so talking to the students, seeing them overcome their fears, the adversity that they've faced, and really watching the students, the parents, the administrators come out on top. It's really a surreal kind of feeling and experience to be able to know that what you're doing, something that you're passionate about, has impacted someone else's life. And that's really important to me. If I can make a difference in someone else's life, then I feel like I've done something great. And that's really important.
Okay, it's time to cry now. I'm certainly crying. So, well, thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
How can people contribute and support this to this boutique?
They could donate. They could volunteer. They could, go on our website and contribute and help out. $5 or $10. It all goes back to our programs. Our programs are free. So with that said, that's what enables us to go to schools to do these programs, because they are free.
Well, I'm just so impressed that you do the work that you do, and I'm happy to have been following you and friends with you all this time.
Too, that you covered us, and it means a lot to me.
Oh,
Nicholas.
I wouldn't have missed it.
Promo Homo.
Thank you.
I love it.
Congratulations.
Boo2Bullying.
Yes.
Thank you.
Can you imagine? She's going to go, what do you mean no equality?
Oh, yes. I know she
Our retail shop, so it gives.